I want to bring in at this moment Samir Kaul, because Samir Kaul, what effectively is being suggested is that the political parties in the Kashmir Valley have failed. They today lack the credibility to, in a way, offer any kind of healing touch. There is no healing touch left. All that is left is a vacuum. Do you accept that?
At the very outset, thank you for having me on the program, and I wish everybody, the lady and the gentleman on this program, good evening. But I just hope and wish that the number of people who have been dying in Kashmir of late, they're having bad evenings, and the fair and everything else. I heard diverse views on this program. Today, there is absolutely no doubt it's a very, very difficult situation and condemnable. And we do that with aplomb. Every time there is a death, all of us come forth and we condemn it. And we hold a meeting of the security officials and we try to reassure the people. The government is doing it. It's not that they are trying. But has it not occurred to anybody in this country that if there are failures on any front, first of all, is the policy towards Jammu and Kashmir, which has been adopted over the last 5 to 6 years, achieving its objective? That is the first question. First of all, is there a problem? Obviously, the answer to that is there is a problem. That's why we are having this debate this evening and we are talking to each other and we're trying to find out that what can be done. First, it's a multifactorial existence, in the sense there's not one reason for what is happening. There are many reasons. There is a mischievous, malicious neighbor. There are national politics, which has an overdose of religion in it. Number 3, there are local factors, which means a vacuum. And it's not just people dying. The very premise of BJP's Jammu and Kashmir policy to set law and order on the right path is something that is completely suspect, because it hasn't achieved it at all. On the contrary, it creates tragic losses every day, and nobody gets pulled up for it. Nobody resigns. There is no moral obligation to do that. Sir, they just justify
Dr. Samir Kaul, before I go to Manoj,
now, political parties.
I asked you the political parties. The fact is,
you would like to put the blame on the political parties?
Yes.
I'm saying don't. I'm saying don't, because it's the very political parties which would have avoided this vacuum are not there. So why blame them? Now, for instance, National Conference, you keep blaming for this and that. The only people, it's just not the Kashmiri Pandits, my community. It is the minorities. The minorities, the Sikh girl, the teacher, she died. Muslims died. The numbers are more. The people from Jammu die. It's Kashmiri Pandits die. But all of us are targeted because there is a huge vacuum. It's not, and law and order, fine. What about employment? So many other issues. There is no governance at all.
No, Dr. Kaul. Dr. Kaul, okay, you made very strong comments. Before I bring you Manoj Joshi, let me get Sushil Pandit to respond, and Aparna Sarangi. Sushil Pandit, you first.
Thank you, Rajdeep. I have heard this often, that even Muslims die. And every time this happens, one must clarify, please don't give jihad a cover or camouflage it by saying even Muslims die, or dilute the targeted killing of Hindus. These Muslims who die either die because they wear a uniform and serve this country, or they are considered an obstacle in the way of jihad, or they are not good enough Muslims. If they are TikTokers, YouTubers, singers, performing artists, they are in the line of fire.
Sushil Pandit, over the years, thousands of Muslims have died. Let's be clear. This needs, people in India need to recognize that
thousands of
and Hindus have suffered.
Thousands of Muslims die in Afghanistan. Thousands of Muslims die in Pakistan at the hands of terror. Jihad, this is the nature of the beast. But does that give jihad a free pass?
No, of course it doesn't.
Muslims will die. When Hindus are not left to be killed, Muslims will kill each other as they do in Pakistan. But that needs to be understood by Muslims themselves, what they are playing with.
Okay, can I?
That is the nature of the beast. But that doesn't mean you must give a free pass to, or you must rationalize jihad and call it a secular phenomenon.
I don't think anyone
is not a secular phenomenon.
No one is rationalizing it, Sushil. No one is rationalizing it. It is in the form in which it plays out in the valley. It has only led to bloodshed.